Can one small change every single day really transform your health? Science actually says yes, according to the European Journal of Psychology. Small habits can also improve your long term behavior by 66%. That's what scientists found. So let's explore how you can start things. Really, just replacing one unhealthy habit a day reduces chronic disease risk by 45%, according to the National Institute of Aging. So, if you're new to my channel, my name is Dr. Steele. I'm a board certified naturopathic doctor. I hold 7 degrees in my field, all in the natural healthcare space. I like to say that I went to school so you don't have to. All this month, we are talking about our Wellness Collective. We are very excited. It's a group coaching program where we're really focusing in on one topic every single month. This month, our focus is consciousness. It's focused on the mind, it's focused on mindset, because that's really where it begins, right? Intention and then mindset. So, if you're interested in really taking charge of your health, really getting motivated, we would love to absolutely have you. All right, so let's talk about how we can build more consistency one step at a time. So, when we break things down into small, manageable steps, it really creates long lasting changes. So, for instance, when we start our day with a 5 minute stretch, instead of, let's say, an hour-long workout, our mind may not be able to wrap around, let's say, an hour-long commitment, but 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 15 minutes surely can definitely help. Speaking of which, that has a compounding effect. So as we continue to prove and build upon what we've done previously, it actually builds momentum over time. So example, if we start swapping our sodas out for water, it can actually save us hundreds of calories each week with us having a dual benefit, right? So we're able to drink more water naturally, reduce sugar and all of those different unnecessary calories so that it helps us to reduce that during the week. And so naturally, our minds go, we want to go extreme, we want to go big, we want to do all the things. But unfortunately, in execution, we have a lot going on with family, with friends, with work responsibilities. And so we want to break these down into manageable steps. These are smaller, actionable items so that the mind doesn't get overwhelmed and you don't break down or just stop doing it altogether. And so we want to make sure that we do little things. Like, for instance, if we're going to, let's say, walk a 5K, it really has to start with you getting a 10-minute walk every day or setting a goal. Instead of, let's say, hitting the 10,000 steps, you go, you know what? I'm going to dedicate this time to those 10 minutes. And then whatever I get, I get. And then eventually I'll hit that 10,000 step mile marker. And so we want to celebrate our small wins. I know that it can be really frustrating, especially when we're not feeling well and we want the quick fix. And a lot of times that's why people run to conventional doctors or they're running in and out of the ER because they are looking for that self-soothing or they're looking for that quick fix or they're looking for those answers that they're not seeking. And so really healing is very different than a sick care model where you're really having to focus on your internal self, your internal mindset, your internal emotional state, because that is going to impact your actions that are then ultimately going to get you out of the health rut that you may find yourself in. So I often recommend people to start with things like drinking more water, because oftentimes drinking more water will then lead to better food choices. And then over time, you build momentum and success. You kind of get the gist of it. Also, too, if you haven't watched my video already about tracking your progress, definitely do that, because we want to make sure that we reward ourselves, because that's going to keep our motivation high. Now, we don't want to reward ourselves with unhealthy things like, let's say, food or those sorts of habits, but we do want to do some small celebratory things, especially if we're consistent. So that could be something like, taking a long walk or, taking an afternoon nap, although that should be a priority for most of us. So it really just depends on what you want to set. So if you want a really focused approach, we would love to have you in the Wellness Collective. We launched January 15th. We're going to be going live every single day, really teaching you all about the mind, how it works, how you can use it, because we often don't get an owner's manual with our mind. And that can be really frustrating when it's not doing what we want it to do. I always like to say we want to put our mind on a leash and tell it what to do. So thank you so much for tuning into my channel. I look forward to hearing your comments, questions, and feedback below.